Hey guys, how's it going tonight? I have an announcement to make. Guess who is getting another four-legged creature on the farm? It's me, it's this girl, it's me. So let's buckle up, let's have a quick story time and talk about the next chapter of what's going on here at the farm. Okay, so yesterday, I think this just happened yesterday, a gal reached out to me. She's in South Carolina, and she happened upon an Anatolian shepherd and is like, can you please help me? Like, help me figure out what to do here. I have this dog and I don't know what to do with it. So we started chopping it up. We went back and forth the whole day. So this lady works in veterinary medicine, which is huge because she was able to recognize the breed of dog right away. And she found it in the parking lot of a Mexican restaurant down there in South Carolina. So there's a Mexican restaurant that she goes to frequently. And every time she would go there for her lunch or whatever, she would see this dog. And dog doesn't look fantastic. Dog looks pretty rough. And she's like, this is pretty wild. Like, this dog is always here. And so she went in and she talked to the staff, and they were like, yeah, the dog like basically has been living here for the last 3 months. It just lives in the back parking lot. We feed it scraps every day and whatever. So this lady's like, okay, this is not an ideal situation. Like, something has to be done. So for 2 weeks, she worked on establishing rapport with this dog. If you know livestock guardian dogs, especially an Anatolian, that is not always an easy feat, especially with a dog that's been like on its own. So it took her 2 weeks before she could get to a place with this dog to be able to secure this dog. So she got the dog, took it back to her place, and, realized pretty quick what kind of dog it was. And thank God, is aware enough and knowledgeable enough that she knows I can't keep this dog. I don't have a farm. I don't have the setup. I don't have the lifestyle. The dog needs to go somewhere where it can fit. So that's where I came in. So she reached out to me and she's like, can you please help me? So that's where we're at. So kudos to this gal in veterinary medicine, and frankly, kudos to this dog, because I'm gonna tell you what, if I was homeless and I needed a meal, I would probably camp out behind a Mexican restaurant too. Like, I'm just keeping it 100 with you. So that's where we're at. Talked to this lady and said, how old do you think this dog is? She's like, I'm guessing like a year, maybe around a year. She's like, her teeth are good. There's like no tartar on her teeth. She, is very skinny. But aside from that, she's a sweet dog. She's not aggressive. She's not, whatever. So that's where we're at. And I said, I guess I'll figure out something. In a perfect world, my transporter would have been able to go and get her, but my transporter's on the West Coast and won't be on the East Coast for a while. This lady can't hang on to her that long. She just doesn't have the home environment for a livestock guardian dog, and her dog is like not about this either. And so she's like, I can't wait that long. So thank God she found a transporter that she's going to have bring her up to me. Like next weekend is what they're anticipating. So this brings me to my soapbox that I'm going to climb up on. This is why I will yell from the rooftops all day long. Raise your livestock guardian dogs, especially if you get them as a puppy. Raise them under your feet. Raise them tied around your waist. You are their shepherd. It is your job to get them to feel safe, secure, sound, and settle with you. You need to bond to that dog. It's not even antiquated, because that's the way that in the motherland these dogs are raised up. This notion that they should be kept far away from humans, no touch, no socialization, raise them feral or you're going to water their instincts down, is a ridiculous Americanized notion. As usual, we ruin things. That is completely false. And this is what you get from that. Also, the fact these dogs need physical fences, not underground fences, not GPS, not Halo, not Jesus himself putting, some kind of innate something in their body. No, they need a physical structure, perimeter fence. Otherwise, this is what happens. If you have a dog that's an escape artist that likes to get out, when they get out and they run amok, you know what they do if they're bonded to you? They come back. They're like, because you know what? This is my person. This is my home. I get fed here. I get loved here. I get pet here. I trust you. I'm coming back. We're cool. That's what happens when you're bonded. It may take a day before they come back because they're just raising Cain out in the street somewhere, but they come back. This is what you get when you just toss your dog out in the streets or out in a field and say, there you go. A pat on the head once a day when I feed you. Or worse than that is these people that will put a bulk feeder out and go check them once a week. What happens if you have a job that you really don't like and you hate it? You go looking for another job. Dogs are no different, especially these kind of dogs. When you have a dog, more of like these primally bred dogs that are old school dogs, which most livestock guardian dogs are. But when especially you get more the intense end of the spectrum of livestock guardian dogs, your Anatolians, your Congos, your Gampers, your Caucasian Shepherds, these kind of dogs, if they get loose and they want to start ripping and running, they'll just go and not come back. And I've seen that happen. Somebody will say, my dog got away, we looked, we couldn't find it, and then like 2 years later, they'll get spotted on game cameras somewhere like on the other side of the state. They can do that. They're made to be that way. They're independent. And they're very self-sufficient. That line between feral and domesticated can be very fluid with that kind of dog. So this is why I preach. Bond with your dog. They need to trust you and they need to be able to feel like they can come back home. Now, I don't know what happened. This dog could have been dumped somewhere far away because these people were just like not vibing with it for some reason. That sometimes happens, but that's not usually the case. Usually what happens is these dogs are escaping, and the people are like, I'm just done. I won't go get you anymore. And the dog is like, thank you, because I didn't want you to anymore anyway. It's unfortunate, but it happens all the time. All the time. It's very maddening, but anyway, what situation landed her here, I don't know. And it doesn't really matter. I'll never know for sure what happened. And all we can do is going forward, see what we get. When she gets here, we'll kind of see what we can do. She'll be updated completely on vaccination status. She'll be ultrasounded to see if she's been spayed and if she would happen to be pregnant. And then just start from scratch. See where we're at. See what we have. I don't know. I have no idea, guys. Check if she's microchipped. Like all the basics that you would do when you get a stray in. And then just baby steps. Baby steps, baby steps, baby steps. As usual. I'm excited. I can't wait to get her here. And dig in to see what we've got. She's a beautiful dog. She's a classic fawn color with a black mask. Does she have a black mask or a red mask? I don't know. But she looks sound. Skinny, but sound. So, as always, I'm going to take you guys with me every step of the way. And let's see what we can do, guys. Come back at you again soon.